Okay, um, I will now read all of Romeo and Juliet. Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life. Hold on. Those whose misadventures piteous overthrows doth with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death marked love, and the continuance of their parents' rage, which but their children's end naught could remove, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage. The which, if you with parents' patient ears attend, what here shall lay miss shall miss I can't read. Our toil shall strive to mend. Damn, already done with the prologue. I'm goated. Gregory, on my word, will not carry coals. No, for then we should be colliers. I mean, an we be in collar, we'll draw. Ay, while you live, draw the neck out of the collar. I strike quickly, being moved. But thou art not quickly moved to strike. A dog of the house of Montague moves me. To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand. Therefore, if thou art moved, thou run'st away. A dog of that house shall move me to stand. I shall take the wall of any man or maid of Montague. That shows thee a weak slave, for the weakest goes to the wall. 'Tis true, and therefore, women. Fuck. Therefore, where was I? Fuck. 'Tis true, and therefore women, being the weaker vessels, are ever thrust to the wall. Therefore I will push Montague's men from the wall, and thrust his maids to the wall. The quarrel is between our masters and us their men. 'Tis all one, I show myself a tyrant. When I have fought with men, I will be civil with their maids. I will cut off their heads. The head of the maids? Ay, the head of the maids, or their maiden heads. Take it in what sense thou wilt. They must take it in sense that they feel it. Me they shall feel while I'm able to stand, and 'tis known I am a pretty piece of flesh. 'Tis well thou art not fish. If thou hadst been poor John. Draw thy tool, here comes the house of Montagues. Enter Abram with another servingman. My naked weapon is out. Quarrel, I will back thee. How? Turn thy back and run? Fear me not. No, marry, I fear thee. Let us take the law of our sides. Let us take it as they list. Nay, as they dare, I will bite my thumb at them, which is disgrace to them if they bear it. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir? I do bite my thumb, sir. Do you bite your thumb at us, sir? Is the law of our side if I say aye? No. No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir. But I bite my thumb, sir. Do you quarrel, sir? Quarrel, sir? No, sir. If you do, sir, I am for you. I serve as a good man as you. No better. Well, sir, say better. Here comes one of my master's kinsmen. Yes, better, sir. You lie. Draw if you be men. Gregory, remember thy washing blow. Benvolio, part, fools. Put up your swords. You know not what you do. Enter Tybalt. What? Art thou drawn amongst these heartless hinds? Turn thee, Benvolio. Look upon thy death. I do but keep the peace. Put up thy sword, or manage it to part these men with me. What, drawn of talk of peace? I hate the word, as I hate hell, Montagues and thee. Have at thee, coward. enter 3 or 4 citizens with club or partisans. Clubs, bills, and partisans, strike, beat them down. Down with the Capulets, down with the Montagues. What noise is this? Give me my long sword, ho! A crutch, a crutch! Why you call for a sword? My sword, I say. Old Montague is come, and is come, and flourishes his blade in spite of me. Thou villain Capulet, hold me not, let me go. Thou shalt not stir 1 foot to seek a foe. Enter Prince Escalus, ayo. Rebellious subjects, enemies to peace, profaners of this neighbour-stained steel, will they not hear? What ho! You men, you beasts, that quench the fire of your pernicious rage, with purple fountains issuing from your veins, on pain of torture, from these bloody hands, throw your mistempered weapons to the ground, and hear the sentence of your moved prince. 3 civil brawls, bred of an airy word, by thee, old Capulet and Montague, have thrice disturbed the quiet of our streets, and made Verona's ancient citizens cast by their grave beseeming ornaments, to wield old partisans in hands as old, cankered with peace, to part your checkered hate. If you ever disturb our streets again, your lives shall pay with the forfeit of your peace. For this time all the rest depart away. You, Capulet, shall go along with me, and Montague, come you this afternoon, to know our father pleasure in this case. To old Freetown, our common judgment place. Once more, on pain of death, all men depart. All but Montague, Lady Montague, and Benvolio exit. Who set this ancient quarrel new approach? Speak, nephew, were you by when it began? Here were the servants of our adversary, and yours, close fighting ere did I approach. I drew to part them. In the instant came the fiery Tybalt and his sword prepared, which as he breathed defiance to my ears, he swung about his head and cut the wings. Who nothing hurt withal, hissed him with scorn. While we were interchanging thrusts and blows, came more and more, fought on part and part, till the prince came, who parred either part. Oh, where is Romeo? Saw him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray. Madam, an hour before the worshipped sun pecried forth from the golden window of the cast, a troubled mind drove me to walk abroad, where underneath the grove of sycamore, that westward rooteth from the city side, so early walking did I see your son. Towards him I made, but he was aware of me, and stole into the covert of the wood, I measuring his affections by my own, which then most sought where most might not be found, being one too many by my weary self, pursued my humour, not pursuing his, and gladly shunned who gladly fled from me. Many a morning he hath been there, he there be seen, with tears augmenting the fresh morning's dew, adding to clouds more clouds with his deep sighs. But also soon as the all-cheering sun should in the farthest cast, east, begin to draw the shady curtains from Aurora's bed, away from the light, steals home my heavy son, and private in his chamber pens himself, shuts up his windows, locks fair daylight out, and makes himself an artificial night. Black and portentous must this humour prove, unless good counsel may the cause remove. My noble uncle, do you know the cause? I neither know it nor can learn of him. Have you importuned him by any means? Both by myself and many other friends, but he, his own affection's counsellor, is to himself, I will not say how true, but to himself so secret and so close, so far from sounding and discovery, as I the bud bit with an envious worm, it can spread his sweet leaves into the air, or dedicate his beauty to the same. But could we but learn from whence his sorrows grow, we could as willingly give cure as I know. Enter Romeo. See where he comes, so please you step aside, I'll know his grievance, or be much denied. I would thou were so happy by thy stay, to hear the true shrift. Come, madam, let's away. Montague and Lady Montague leave. Good morrow, cousin. Is the day so young? But new struck 9. Ay me, sad hours seem long. Was that my father that went hence so fast? It was. What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours? Not having that which having makes them short. In love, out of love, out of her favour where I am in love. Alas, that love, so gentle in his view, should be so tyrannous and rough in proof. Alas, that love, whose view is muffled still, should without eyes see pathway to his will. Where shall we dine? Oh me, what fray was here? Yet tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, O brawling love, O loving hate, O anything of nothing first create, O heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of well-seeming forms, feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep that is not what it is. This love I feel, that feel no love in this. Dost thou not laugh? No, 'cause I rather weep. Good heart, at what? At thy good heart's oppression. Why, such is love's transgression. Grief of mine, my griefs of my own lie heavy in my breast, which thou wilt propagate to have it pressed. With more of thine, this love that house, fucking hell. Why did he write it like this? Fucking crazy guy. With more of thine, this love that thou hast shown, doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a smoke made with the fume of sighs, being purged, a fire sparkling in lovers' eyes. Being vexed, a sea nourished with loving tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall and a preserving sweet. Farewell, my cause. Soft, I will go along. And, if you leave me so, you do me wrong. Tut, I have lost myself, I am not here, this is not Romeo, he's some other where. Tell me in sadness, who is it that you love? What, shall I groan and tell thee? Groan, why no, but sadly tell me who. A sick man in sadness makes his will, a word ill urged to one that is so ill. In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman. I aimed so near when I supposed you loved. A right good marksman, and she's fair, I love. A right fair mark, fair, cause, is soonest hit. Well, in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow, she daft Dian's wilt, and in strong proof of chastity well armed. From love's weak childless brow she lives uncharmed. She will not stay siege of loving terms, nor bide the encounter of assailing eyes, nor ope her lap to saint seducing gold. Oh, she is rich in beauty, only poor that, when she dies, with beauty dies her store. Then she hath sworn that she will still live chaste? She hath, and in that sparing, makes huge waste. For beauty starved with her severity, cuts beauty off from all posterity. She is too fair, too wise, wisely too fair, to merit bliss from making me despair. She hath forsworn to love, and in that vow do I live dead that live to tell it now. Be ruled by me, forget to think of her. Oh, reach how I should forget to think! By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties. 'Tis the way to call hers exquisite, in question more. These happy masks that kiss fair ladies' brows, being black puts us in mind they hide the fair. He that is struck and blind cannot forget the precious treasure of his eyesight lost. Show me a mistress that is passing fair. What doth her beauty serve but as a note where I may read and who passed that passing fair? Farewell, thou canst not teach me to forget. I'll pay that doctrine, or else Dick is die in debt. They exit. Scene 2. Enter Capulet, County Paris, and it's not County Paris, it's Count Paris, and a serving man. But Montague is bound, as well as I, in penalty alike, and 'tis not hard, I think, for men so old as we to keep the peace. Of honourable beckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you lived at odds so long. But now, my lord, what do you say to my suit? But saying over what I said before, my child is yet a stranger in the world. She hath not seen the change of 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride, ere we may think her ripe to be a bride. Younger than she was she our happy mother's maid, and too soon marred of those so early made. Earth hath swallowed all my hopes, but she's the hopeful lady of my earth. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart, my will to consent is but a part, and she agreed within the scope of choice, lies my consent, and fair according voice. This might I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest, such as I love, and you among the store, one more most welcome makes my number more. At my poor house look to behold this night, earth-treading stars that make dark heaven light, such comfort as do lusty young men feel when well apparelled April on the heel of limping old winter treads, even such delight among fresh flannel buds shall you see this night. Inherit at my house, hear all see, and like her most whose merit most shall be, which on more view of many mine being one, may stand in number, though I'm reckoning none. Go with me, go, sirrah, trudge about through fair Verona, find those persons whose names are written in there, and to them say my house and welcome on their pleasure stay. Find them whose names are written here. It is written that the shoemaker should peddle with his yard, and that the tailor with his last, the fisher with his pencil, and the painter with his nets. But I am sent to find those persons whose names are here writ, and can never find what names the writing person hath here writ. I must to the land in good time. What the fuck is he saying? This place sucks. Tut, man. One fire burns out another's burning. One pain is lessened by another's anguish. Turn giddy, and be helped by backward turning. One desperate grief cures with another's languish. And take thou some new infection to thy eye, and the rank poison of the old will die. Your plantain leaf is excellent for that. For what, I pray thee? For your broken shin. Why, Romeo, art thou mad? Not mad, but bound more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without any food, whipped and tormented, and good fellow. God, G good en, Ian. What does that mean? I pray, can you read? I, mine own fortune in my misery. Perhaps you've learned it without book, but I pray, can you read anything you see? I, if I know the letters in the language. You say honestly, rest you merry. Stay, fellow, I can read. He reads the letter. My ass is not reading that letter. Whither should they come? Up. Whither? To supper. To our house. Whose house? My master's. Indeed, I should have asked thee that before. Now I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great rich Capulet, and if you be not of the house of Montagues, I pray come and crush a cup of wine, rest you merry. At this same ancient feast of Capulets sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so loves, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with untainted eye compare her face with some of that I will show, and I will make thee think thy swan a crow. My throat kinda hurts, fuck. When the devout religion of mine eye maintains such falsehood, and then turns tears to fire, and those who often drowned could never die, transparent heretics be burnt for hats. Liars. How did I read that as hats? One fairer than my love, the all-seeing sun, never saw her match since first the world begun. Tut, you saw her fair, none else being by, herself poised with herself in an either eye. But in that crystal scales let there be weighted young lady's love against some other maid. That I will show you shining at this feast, and she shall scant show well that now seems best. I'll go along, no such right to be shown, but to rejoice in splendour of mine own. I'm going to take a sip of water now. I'm not going to cut this out of the video because I'm lazy. Fuck, I'm out of water. Hold on, let me go get water. I'm not cutting this out either. Just skip like 20 seconds ahead. Okay, I'm back and I'm very hydrated. This video is going to perform so badly. Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me. Now, by my maidenhead, at 12 year old, I bade her come. What lamb? What ladybird? God forbid. Where's this girl? What, Juliet? Enter Juliet. Now, who calls? Your mother. Madam, I am here. What is your will? That is the matter, nurse. Give leave awhile. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me vows hear our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age. Fair. I can tell her age unto an hour. She's not 14. I'll lay 14 of my teeth, and yet to my teen be it spoken, I have but 4, she's not 14. How long is it now to Lammas-stride? A fortnight and odd days. Even or odd, of all days in the year. Come Lammas Eve, at night shall she be 14. Susan and she, God rest all Christian souls. Okay, kind of run an agenda there, Shakespeare. Were of an age. Well, Susan is with God. She was too good for me. But as I said, on Lammas Eve at night she shall be 14. That shall she. Mary, marry, I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake now 11 years, and she was weaned. I shall never forget it. Of all the days in the year upon that day, for I had been laid wormward to my dug, sitting in the sun under the dove-house wall. My lord and you were then at Mantua. Nay, I do bear a brain, but as I said, when I did taste the wormwood on the nipple of my dug, it felt it bitter. Pretty fool to see it tetchy and fall out with the dug. Shake, doff the do. Shake, quoth the dove-house. 'Twas no need, I trow, to bid me trudge, and since that time it is 11 years, for then she could stand high lone. Nay, by the road, she could have run and waddled all about, for even the day before she broke her brow, and then my husband, God be with his soul, he was a merry man, took up the child. Yea, quoth he. Hold on a second. Okay, we're good. Dost thou fall upon thy face? Thou wilt fall backward, and when thou hadst more wit, wilt thou not, Jewel? And by my Herlidium, the pretty wretch left crying, and said I, to see now how a jest shall come about. I warrant. What? Wait, I'm thirsty again. I'm gonna drink water. By the way, it's like midnight when I'm recording this. Yeah. I forgot where I was. Let's go from Lady Capulet. Enough of this. I pray thee, hold thy peace. Yes, madam. Yes, I cannot choose but laugh, to think it should leave crying and say I. And yet, I warrant it. It had upon its brow a bump as big as a young cockerel's stone, a perilous knock, and it cried bitterly. Yeah, quoth my husband, forced upon thy face. Hold on a second. But it's like a one-take thing. I'm not doing this again if I mess up something. I mean, I messed up like 100 lines right now. Oh, hey, a shark. I wonder how big that fish is. Big fish. I'm not putting anything on screen for the video, so you're just gonna. I'll explain. I saw a big fish. It popped up on my screen. Big fish. I'm sitting in my chair now instead of on my bed. Where was I? I'll go from Juliet. I'm probably skipping so much. And stint thou, too, I pray thee, nurse, say I. Peace, I have done. Good God mark thee to this grace. Thou wast the prettiest babe that ever I nursed. and I might live to see thee married once. I have my wish. Marry, that marry is the very theme I came to talk of. Tell me, daughter Juliet, how stands your disposition to be married? It is an honour that I dream not of. An honour? Were not I thine only a nurse, I would say thou hadst sucked wisdom from thy teat. Well, thinking of marriage now, younger than you here in Verona, ladies of esteem, are made already mothers. By my count, I was your mother much upon these years, that you are now a maid. Thus then, in brief, the valiant Paris seeks you for his love. A man, young lady, such a man as all the world, why he's a man of wax. Verona's summer have not such a flower. Nay, he's a flower in faith, a very flower. What say you? Can you love the gentleman? This night you shall behold him at our feast. Read over the volume of young Paris's face, and find delight writ there beauty's pen. Examine every married lineament. Hold on, I just can't get this right. And then see how another lends content, and what obscured in this fair volume lies find written in the margin to his eyes. These precious buried book of love, this unbound lover, to beautify him only lacks a cover. The fish lives in the sea, and 'tis much pride for fair, without the fair within to hide. This book in many eyes doth share the glory, that in gold clasps locks in the golden story. So shall you share all that he doth possess, by having him, making yourself no less, nay bigger. Women grow by men. Speak briefly, can you like of Paris love? I'll look to like, if looking like move, but no more deep will I endart mine eye, than your consent gives me strength to make it fly. Madam, the guests are come, supper served up, you called my young lady, asked for, the nurse carries cursed in the pantry, and everything in extremity. I must hence to wait, I beseech you follow straight. We follow thee. Juliet the county stays. Go, girl, seek happy nights to happy days. Scene 4. Enter Romeo and all those other guys. I'm not reading all that. What shall this speech be spoke for our excuse, or shall we on without apology? The date is out of such prolixity. We'll have no Cupid hoodwinked with a scarf, bearing the Tartar's painted bow of laugh, scaring the ladies like a crow keeper. Nor no without book prologue, fainted spoke after the prompter for our entrance. But let them measure us by what they will, we'll measure them a measure and be gone. Give me a torch, I'm not with this ambling, but being heavy I will bear the light. Nay, gentle Romeo, we must have you dance. No, not, I believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground I cannot move. You are a lover. Borrow Cupid's wings and soar with them above a common ground. I am too sore and pierced with his shaft to soar with his light feathers, and so bound I cannot bound a pitch above dull woe. Under love's heavy burden do I sink, and to sink in it you should you burden love, too great oppression for a tender thing. Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like a thorn. If love be rough with you, be rough with love. Prick love for pricking, and you beat love down. Give me a case to put my visage in, a visor for a visor. What curious eye doth coat deformities? Here are the beetle brows shall blush for me. Come, knock, and enter, and no sooner in, but every man betake him to his legs. A torch for me, let wantons light of the heart tickle the senseless rushes with their heels. For I am proverbed with a grandsire phrase, I'll be the fuck off, and a proverbed grandsire candle holder and look on, the game was near fade, and fair and done, and done's the mouse, the constable's own word, if thou art done, will draw thee from the mire, or save your reverence, love wherein thou stickest upper to the ears. Come, we burn daylight, ho! Nay, that's not so. I mean, sir, in delay we waste our lights in vain. Lights by day take our good meaning, for our judgment sits 5 times in that ear once our live wits, and we mean well in going to this masque, but 'tis not wit to go. Why, may one ask? I dreamt a dream tonight. And so did I. Well, what was yours? That dreamers often lie in bed asleep while they do dream, things come true. Dream things true. Oh, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you. She is the fairies' midwife, and she comes in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of an alderman. Draw with a team of little I can't. This is so hard, honestly. I have the script up and it's scrolling like at a very slow speed, and I'm just trying to keep up with it because it's easier than scrolling on my own. Okay, wait, hold on. Her wagon spokes made of long spinner's legs were cover of the wings of grasshoppers, her traces of the smallest spider web, her collars of the moonshite's watery beans, her whip of cricket's bone, the lash of film. Her wagon is a small, great-coated gnat. I can't read this fast. I'm not even gonna auto-scroll anymore. Not half so big as a round little worm, pricked from the lazy finger of a maid. Her chariot is an empty hazelnut, made by the joiner squirrel of an old grub, time out of mind, the fairies' coachmakers. And in this state she gallops night by night through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love on courtiers' knees that dream of courtesy straight. O lawyers' fingers who straight dream on fees, O ladies' hips who straight on kisses dreams, which oft the angry Mab with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. Sometimes she gallops over a courtier's nose, and then dreams he of smelling out a suit, and sometimes comes she with tithe pig's tail, tickling a parson's nose as he lies asleep. Then he dreams of another benefice. Sometimes he driveth over a soldier's neck, and then he dreams of cutting foreign throats, of breaches, ambuscadoes, Spanish blades, of healths 5 fathom deep, and then anon druns in his ear, at which he starts and wakes, and being thus frighted, swears a prayer of 2 and sleeps again. This is that very Mab that plats the manes of horses in the night, and bakes the elf-locks in foul sluttish hairs, which once untangled much misfortune bodes. This is the hag, when maids lie on their backs, that presses them, and learns them first to bear, making them women of good carriage. This is she. Peace, Mercutio, peace. Thou talk'st of nothing. True, I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin of substance as the air, and more inconsistent than the wind, who woos even now the frozen bosom of the north, and being angered puffs away from thence, turning his side to the dew-dropping south. This wind you talk of. This wind you talk of blows us from ourselves. Supper is done, and we shall come too late. I fear too early, for our mind misgives. Such consequence, yet hanging in the stars, shall bitterly begin his fearful date. With this night's revels and expire the term of a despised life closed in my breast by some vile forfeit of untimely death. Untimely death, that's called foreshadowing. But he that hath the steerage of my course, direct my sail, O lusty gentleman. Strike drum. Where's Potpan? What the fuck is a potpan? Where's Potpan that he helps not to take away? He shift a trencher, he scrape a trencher. When good manners shall lie all in one or two of men's hands, and they unwashed too, 'tis a foul thing. Away with the joint stools, remove the quart cupboard, look to the plate. Good Val, save me a piece of marchpane, and as Val loves me, let the porter let in Susan Grindstone and Neil, Antony and Potpan. Hey, boy, ready. You are looked for and called for, asked for and sought for, in the great chamber. We cannot be here and there too. Cheerly, boys, be brisk aside, and the longest liver take all. Enter Capulet and his household, and the guests, and the gentlemen, and the gentlewomen, and all the other people. Welcome, gentlemen. Ladies that have their toes unplagued with corns will walk about with you. Ah, my mistresses, which of you all will now deny to dance? She that makes dainty, she, I'll swear, have corns. Am I come near you now? Welcome, gentlemen. I have seen the day that I have worn a visor, and could tell you a whispering tale in a fair lady's ear, such as would please. 'Tis gone, 'tis gone, 'tis gone. You are welcome, gentlemen. Come, musicians, play. A hall, give room, and foot it, girls. More light, you knaves, and turn the tables up, and quench the fire, and the room is grown too hot. Ah, sirrah, this unlooked for sport comes well. Nay, sir, nay, sit, good cousin Capulet, for you and I are past our dancing days. How long is it now since last yourself and I were in mask? By lady, 30 years. What, man? 'Tis not so much, 'tis not so much. 'Tis since the nuptial of Lucentio. Come, Penterscot, as quickly as it will. Some 25 years, and then we masked. 'Tis more, 'tis more. His son is elder, sir, his son is 30. Will you tell me that? His son was but a ward 2 years ago. What lady is that? No, not doing that voice. What lady is that which doth enrich the hand of yonder knight? I know not, sir. Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night, as a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear, beauty too rich for me, for earth to dear. So shows a snowy dove trooping with crows, as yonder lady over there her fellows show. The measure done, I'll watch her place of stand, and touching hers, make blessed my rude hand. Did my heart love till now, forswear it right, for I never saw true beauty until this night. This, by his voice, should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy. What dares the slave? Come hither, come covered with an antic face, to fleer and scorn at our solemnity. Now, by the stock and honour of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin. Why, how now, kinsman, wherefore storm you so? Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite, to scorn at our solemnity this night. Young Romeo, is it? 'Tis he, is that villain Romeo. Content to be gentle cause. Let him alone, he bears him like a portly gentleman, and to say truth, Verona brags of him to be virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for the wealth of all this town here in my house to do him disparagement. Therefore be patient, take no note of him. It is my will the which you, if thou respect, show a fair presence, and put off these frowns, an ill-beseeming semblance for a feast. It fits when such a villain is a guest, I'll not endure him. He shall be endured. What, goodman boy? I say he shall. Go to. I am the master here, or you? Go to. You'll not endure him. God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny amongst my guests. You'll set cock-a-hoop. You'll be the man. Why, uncle, 'tis a shame. Go to, go to. You're a saucy boy. That's the best line to play. Is so indeed. This trick may chance to scathe you, I know that. You must contrary me. Marry, 'tis time. Well said, my heart. You are a princox. Go, be quiet, or more light, for shame I'll make you quiet. What cheerly my heart. Patience perforce with wilful choler meeting makes my flesh tremble in their different greeting. I'll withdraw, but this intrusion shall, not seeming sweet, convert to bitterest gall. Romeo, taking Juliet's hand. If I profane with my unworthiest hand this holy shrine, the gentle sin in this, my lips two blushing pilgrims ready to stand, to smooch that rough touch with a gender kiss. Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm as holy palmers kiss. Have not saints lips, and holy palmers too? Ay, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer. O then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do, they pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair. Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake. Then move not while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips, by thine, my sin is purged. Then have my lips the sin that they have took. Sin from my lips, O trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again. You kiss by the book. Madam, your mother craves a word with you. What is her mother? Marry, bachelor, her mother is the lady of the house, and a good lady, and a wise and virtuous. I nursed her daughter, but you talked withal. I tell you, he that can lay hold of her shall have the chinks. Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account, my life is my foe's debt. Away, begone, the sport is at its best. Away, so I fear, the more is my unrest. Nay, gentlemen, prepare not to be gone. We have a trifling foolish banquet towards. Is it even so? Why then, I thank you all. I thank you, honest gentlemen, good night. More torches here, come on then, let's to bed. Ah, sirrah, by my fay it waxes late. I'll to my rest. Come hither, nurse. What is yond gentleman? The son and heir of old Tiberio. What's he that now is going out the door? Marry that, I think, be young Petruchio. What's he that follows there, here, not that would not dance? I know not. Go ask his name. If he be married, my grave is like to be my wedding bed. His name is Romeo, and a Montague, the only son of your great enemy. My only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown, and too known to be late. Prodigious birth of love it is to me, that I must love a loathed enemy. What's this? What's this? A rhyme I learned even now? Of one I danced with all, one calls within Juliet. Anon, anon, come on, let's away, the strangers are all gone. Act 2 already, I'm kinda being fast with it. How many acts are in this? I forgot. I'll just do Act 1 for today. I'll leave it at that. If there are any Shakespearean era plays you would like me to read out at like 1 a.m., well, I'm not really paying attention, leave them in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Stay sloppy.